Okay, so this is going to be an instructional slash overview video of the Autosleeper symbol. This is on a 2022 plate. First of all, we're going to go around the external of the vehicle, and then we'll go into the habitation area. The first thing first, I'm going to show you how to open the bonnet. And the reason for this one, obviously so you know how to open the bonnet, but then two, I'll show you where the terminal points are if you need to jump start the vehicle for any reason. So to open the bonnet, what you need to do is come to the passenger door. If you open the passenger door, you will see at the side of the dash is the bonnet release catch. All you need to do, pull that down once and that will then release. Also, while we are here, under the passenger seat, we have got a tool kit behind this cover here, because this vehicle has a spare wheel under the rear axle. So as you can see, I've now got access to the bonnet. So if you need to jump start the vehicle for any reason, here, this is going to be your negative terminal point, and then your positive is down here under this cap here. So that's going to be your positive terminal point. Obviously under here as well, we do have your screen wash fill, which is in front of the driver. So now we are going to carry around the external of the vehicle. As you can see, this vehicle does come with an awning. You'll get a separate link on the email how to set up and use an awning. The first compartment we come to on the passenger side is going to be your external barbecue point. Slide this up and that is your external tap to obviously have an external barbecue. Just need a quick release connection, which is this, clicks onto there. You just need to get some hose and then obviously that is your external point for gas. At the rear of the vehicle we have a few compartments here, as you can see. The first one is going to be your toilet cassette. So in your toilet cassette, if you want to empty or clean it, to take it out, this blue tab here, lift it up, pull the cassette towards you, and that will then release. Now we have got our toilet cassette out. If we want to empty it, this grey nozzle here, twist it out to the left, take this blue cap off, and if we tilt up the cassette, put our thumb on the button at the top and press down on it, that lets air into the cassette, so all the fluids flow out a lot faster. Also, you can open this blade on the cassette, open this and twist this, this opens internally, and then you can clean inside with a hose pipe if needed. When putting the cassette back, you just need to realign it and make sure that blue tab is securely down, which we'll do now. So like I said, align it back up, slide it in, and then we're making sure that this blue tab is down, clipped in, so when in transit it's not going to move in and out. That is lockable, but no one's going to run off with it because this is internal behind the back doors. We have got 3 valves here, so these are internal gas valves. So basically if one of the appliances, your oven, your fridge goes faulty, you can isolate them too, or if it's just your fridge you can isolate that so it's not using gas, and then obviously you can use gas on the other appliances as well. You won't need to do anything with these. Like I say, it's if one of the appliances goes faulty, you can isolate that appliance to be safe and use the other appliances on gas. These are currently in the open position, so you don't need to do anything with these. Here we've got, again, another gas valve. This is for the hot water, which you can isolate as well if that goes faulty on your boiler. And so this is your boiler here. The only reason you need to come here is for this yellow handle. So currently this is in the closed position. How I know that is because I've just filled up the motorhome with water, so it's all primed. But basically that's in the closed position. If I want to drain this for winter, or drain it because I'm not using the motorhome, all I need to do, twist it to the side, and then that will open the boiler and start to drain all the water out. To close it, twist again and it closes. Simple as that. You have got the peephole there, so obviously that you can see through the glass, or if you obviously want sunny day, you can have the back door open and let some air through as well. Like I said, this vehicle does have a spare wheel, which is directly underneath the vehicle at the rear there. And then now we are on the driver's side of the habitation. So under the rear axle here, we have got that is just exhaust fumes when the boiler's on gas. The same again, they're both relating to the boiler when the boiler is fired up. We've got ventilation here, top and bottom, for your fridge freezer. So obviously when it's on gas, obviously it lets some air circulate. Here we have an external 12 volt socket, so you can plug obviously something 12 volt side externally. So if you want to put in like a 12 volt pump to pump up inflatables, you can do. Here is your fresh water fill. So all you need to do, use your habitation key, take the cap off, hose pipe in. When the water starts to come back out, that means your fresh water tank is completely full. And the last one here, this is another fill, so it's a fill into the fresh water tank, but this is on the whale system. You do need to get a connector for this, which is connected to a pump. Basically when you clip that on, you can fill up the fresh water tank from a water bud, because it has a pump built in. Here we are connected to mains hookups, that's where you plug in there at campsite. Here, as you can see, we have got LPG fill. So it's got an underslung tank, so take the cover off and then connect onto there, and then obviously you can fill up the gas. If I need to know what the gas level is on this, when you open the driver's door, this is your gauge for your gas. You do need to have the engine on for this, and it will give you obviously low and high. I think it starts at red at low and then goes into yellow and then green. But the engine, the ignition needs to be on for that sensor to kick in. The last thing I did miss externally, you've got your freshwater drain valve and your grey waste. So where the ventilation is for the fridge freezer, directly below that, as you can see on the left, is your grey waste release, and then on your right, the blue hose is your fresh water release. You're better off, if you are using them valves, use two hands, just so they don't twist on the pipe work. So now we will go on the internal, on the habitation side of the motorhome. As you can see, I've got the door open. Here we've got your awning winder attached. We've got controls here, so this button is for your electric step. We have got some light switches as well, what you can turn on here. And then a 240 volt socket, which will only work when you're on mains hookup. As you can see, I've got the driver and passenger seat swiveled. So if you want to swivel these, this red lever here, you need to push this down when it's in the locked position. If you push this down, that will then let you swivel the seats. Up here, obviously we've got some storage, but this is where your table is for your dining table. And then directly above the habitation door, this touchscreen here is your habitation control panel. So the top left, we've got your master on and off. I'm not going to turn this off because I've switched all the lights on, but you've got your master on and off, which is 12 volt. The next one on the left is your water pump. As you can see, in grey it's off, in blue it is on. Next one will give you your level of your fresh water. So I have got fresh water in the vehicle at the moment. The grey waste is currently empty. Press home. The bottom left is going to give me my battery voltage, leisure vehicle, gives you active current, mains current, solar, so it gives you all them there. On the right, this is for your 12 volt lights, and then the one what's on its side is your external awning light. The battery symbol here on the right, as you can see, it says L. That's because I'm currently taking a feed off the leisure battery. If I press it, it will go to V, which is obviously vehicle battery. You don't really want to keep it on V, you want to keep it on your leisure battery at all times, just so you're not draining the vehicle battery and then obviously you struggle to start the vehicle. Here we have your control for your hot water and heating. So your top one is your water heater. So we want to turn this on, just press this button in here. You've got gas and 1 kilowatt of electric. That little line is electric. Gas and 2 kilowatts of electric. And then you've got 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt. So you can run this mixed electric and gas when you're on campsite, or you can just run it off electric, 1 or 2 kilowatts. Same with your heating, turn it on, you've got gas, which is the first source. Next one is gas and 2 kilowatt. Then you've got 1 kilowatt of electric on campsite, 2 kilowatts of electric on campsite, and 3 kilowatts of electric on campsite. If you're off grid, you will be just on gas. Once you select your source, you can just turn up the plus and minus for your heating. And obviously your hot water, you need to make sure you've got water in the boiler. If there's no water there, you will fault this and you will get a red light. And that is straightforward. It's just 2 buttons. Select your source, gas or electric or mixed. Same on heating. Just make sure that you have got 1 obviously gas and then 2 obviously water in the here in the boiler. And you will see an image of this bed area set up in the video as well, which I will attach. We have got a few lights dotted around which are all touch, as you can see there. TV bracket, we've got 12 volt socket there, aerial feed. And then this chair here, this is actually a single travel seat, but this does lie down into a bed to make up the full dinette to berth if you are sleeping with it all together. So it's on a pull release down here and it all slides out and then lies down into a bed. Same on this bench seat here. This one actually pulls out like so. So you pull it out and then what you do, you make it all up with the infill cushions, and there is some more infill cushions under that bench seat. All the windows have fly screens and blackout blinds. Got lots of storage above there. And then we've got some more storage down here behind this seat, in the cupboard there, and obviously you can put stuff there. In this cupboard here, we've got a mirror, some more shelving. We've got up here max view aerial. So this is obviously if you've got a TV, when you turn this on, you might have turned it off there by the switch. As you can see, there's a light. So when you turn this on, that will look for the best signal. And then this dial is like the strength as well. Up here as well, this has got Wi-Fi already fitted, so you might just have to get a new SIM card for this dongle to activate. Obviously, there's a few SIM card providers which you can get, and you might have to just, I think you put it inside this dongle to give yourself internet. In here, obviously your shower room, toilet. So, got your basin sink. Down here we have got your toilet cassette, your toilet, which obviously your cassette is under it. So to open the toilet cassette, this blade here, this grey one, you need to slide that to use it, open the valve. When finished, slide it back across and no smells are coming back up. The blue button there, that is going to be your pump, your freshwater swill, sorry. So on the toilet, when you're flushing, if you press that button, that will use fresh water from the fresh water tank. You do need your 12 volt system on with a pump on for that. And then down here, it's hard to show you, but there's a little green light there, like a gauge. When this goes to orange/red, that means your toilet cassette is full. And also in that corner there, we have got a vent for the heating. So that is obviously circulating warm air in the shower cubicle as well, so it's going to dry it out. Here we've got obviously your kitchen area. It's got a coffee machine, you've got microwave. Your microwave will only work on mains hookup because it's on 240 volt socket. Got your 3-ring gas burner. So on your gas burner, one safety thing we highlight is this glass cover. It's just to keep the glass cover up after use, just because the temperature difference in the glass, you could potentially shatter it if you put it down straight away. We've got some obviously your knobs here, and then your igniter as well. One thing, if you are first time using this on gas, just hold it in, hold the igniter in for a few seconds, and it lets the thermocouple heat up on the stove. As you can see, we have got your kitchen sink, which we've got water, hot and cold. So we're going to prime our water system, and how that works, first thing we need to do is shut all the valves in the motorhome. So we need to shut the grey waste valve, which is underneath the vehicle, under the external, the fresh water valve, external again. So once them two valves are shut, we need to go to the back of the van, to the boiler, shut that yellow valve, and then we've shut all the valves. So when we're priming our system, no water is going to go through them valves and back out. They're going to go through the valves and then back to the tap, because we've shut them. If you've left one valve open, the water will just pour straight out under the motorhome. So once you shut all the valves, fill the fresh water tank up, and then we will go to our control panel up there, turn it on, and then turn the water pump on. Once the water pump is on, all you need to do, twist the tap to the cold side, open it, and then once you get rid of all the air, you get a steady flow through of water like so. That means your cold side is primed. Now on the hot side, I want to fill up and prime the boiler. So basically what this will do, it'll take a minute so longer, but you lift it up, it's going to take water from the fresh water tank into the boiler, and then from the boiler through the tap, as long as you've shut that yellow valve. Once you get a steady flow like so, that means your boiler is primed, ready to use. So all you need to do on your hot water side, because it's not instant water, you do need to boil that water. Here we've got obviously 240 volt sockets and a 12 volt as well. You've got good lots of lighting around underneath the cabinets as well. You've got your fridge freezer here. To use this, to turn this on, press and hold the power button, and this is called a three-way fridge. It uses gas, it uses electric, or it uses a live feed from the battery when the engine is running. To go through the settings, use this touchpad here. So you've got A for automatically select, so it'll select the best source it has available. This one is plug socket, so that's when we're connected to mains hookup. Battery symbol is when the engine's running, and gas is obviously when we're off grid, not plugged into mains, or the engine's not running. So you've got auto for automatically select, so it will auto choose this source. You've got plug socket, which is mains hookup at campsite. Battery symbol when you are have the engine running, and gas when you're off grid. And then here you can select your desired temperature as well. To turn this off, just press and hold the power button, and then that will shut down. In this cupboard as well, got lots of hanging space, and then you've got another removable table, which I'll show you where that goes. It goes into this floor plate down here. So instead of setting the big table up from up there, you can just have a little coffee table there. The last thing I'm going to show you is under this bench seat. I'm going to remove the cushions, because you have got your 12 volt fuses down here, as well as your main breaker, which I'll explain in a moment. So as you can see, I've got this bench seat up. There's the extra cushions for the infill to make up the down into berth. Got your leisure battery, and then down here, the only reason you need to come down here, one, if on the 12 volt side your fuses have popped for any reason, this is where you'll change that on the 12 volt side. This side here is on mains hookup, so this is when you are at campsite plugged in. If you try and plug in a kettle or whichever in the 240 volt sockets, if something trips, it could be potentially here. Obviously the fridge be on here if the fridge is on mains hookup. So this is where you need to check if 240 volt trips on campsite or any 12 volt fuses do blow. The reason the 240 volt might trip, the first one is because the campsite post, they do reduce the power they give you. Most of the time it is the campsite post that trips before your vehicle.